Welcome back to the XCEL podcast. We have a great guest today, Mr. Curtis Sethaler. Curtis,
Hey.
welcome. Am I saying your last name correct?
Yeah, pretend there's no A in it. Phonetically, it's a nightmare.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
See, my last name's Smith. It's the easiest.
Easy.
My wife, quick story, we'll dive right in here, but my wife actually wanted me to take her name when we got married. And I
Yeah.
said, absolutely not. That will not happen. So she is obviously officially a Smith now as well.
There you go.
But
You get the 5-letter max.
we have 5-letter max, easy peasy. But thanks for coming on board. I want to say
Happy to.
something real quick. We've been friends for probably a couple years now.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. It's really cool to see good things happen to good people. And when we first met, I think you were a patient here, if I recall.
Yeah.
And going through some stuff, obviously, with some different joints in your body.
All of them.
All of them, yeah. And at that time, you were at Young Life.
Yep.
And have a new position now that I want you to talk about today for sure. But it's just really cool, especially in a small town, a small community. Quincy really is small if you think about it.
For sure.
It's cool to see good things happen to good people. And for our listeners, Curtis is one of those people.
I appreciate it.
So thanks for coming on board. I thought where we could start, tell our listeners a little bit about you, about your family. Let's start there, and we'll go into some of the YMCA stuff.
Yeah. So moved up here to Quincy in 2008. Honestly, the last place on earth I wanted to live, from Pittsfield, Pike County kid. So sports rivalries, all that fun stuff. Literally the last place on earth I ever wanted to go was Quincy, Illinois, and I cannot imagine being anywhere else. This community is like none other. Just work and different jobs and different things that allowed me to travel quite a bit, and everywhere I go, no place feels like this.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. So moved up here with my wife in 2008. She works full-time at Blessing as a respiratory therapist there. I've got 3 daughters, 2 biological, 1 adopted, that are 15, 14, and 11. They are an absolute blast. I love being a girl dad.
Yep.
Quickest way to change the world is to raise strong daughters, and we're doing that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, because you've been I'm going to call you a journeyman from the standpoint of you have a lot of life experience. We had lunch maybe a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't realize, plumbing,
Yep.
electrician,
Yep.
or carpentry, construction maybe is a better word.
Yeah.
What things did you learn from that part of your life that are now being able to carry forward to being a husband, a father, and a CEO?
Yeah, I think all of those things have a real high degree of you have to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I think when we look at marriage, you look at raising kids, you look at just kids and culture today, we don't have any resilience. The worst thing we have to wait on is, oh my gosh, is it going to take more than 2 days to get here? I don't know what I'm going to do if I can't get whatever. Amazon's ruled the world in the best way possible.
Yeah.
It's great. You can get everything on there, never leave your house. But because of that, we don't do hard things.
Yeah.
Fantastic book called The Comfort Crisis, where it talks about that too.
Yeah.
But there's everything I do, there has been a high degree of you just have to figure it out. There's no one coming to save you. You just figure it out and make it work, or you don't. You just curl up and go home. And I don't have any of that in me. I've always had to figure it out, from my starter going out of my car in the high school parking lot when I was 16 years old, to walking home and then to Napa and then back and doing all that, to, figuring out how to raise a 15-year-old girl who you've told to learn to talk and have fun with people on a basketball court, and then she thinks she has to practice on dad full time. It's a blast, but you have to figure it out and navigate it, and it's hard.
Yeah, it is. And one of my buddies, Dan Kramer, he always says, hey, what did you do today that was hard?
Yeah.
And I was up visiting him a while back, and he wanted me to do basically an ice bath.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I do not I will do it, but he made me. And I was up there visiting 4 or 5 days. We did it 4 or 5 days in a row. And he's like, hey, this is our hard thing for the day that we're going to do.
Yeah.
And by the 4th or 5th day, I was adjusting. And I learned from it that, hey, I can do this. That was kind of cool that I did it. I never wanted to do it, but I did do it. But then we went into a sauna right afterwards. That was actually worse than the ice bath. So we can learn more from some of those challenges and those failures, to your point, than we can successes.
It's funny you mentioned that. I just ordered a chiller for my ice bath this morning.
Okay.
So I can have it full time now.
So you've got one at home.
Yeah. Well, perks of being able to do lots of things.
Sure.
I don't like paying cash for things if I can find a way to barter and trade. So I traded some plumbing work for a sauna. So I have a sauna at my house. I won a raffle for an ice bath.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. My life is crazy. It doesn't make sense.
Resourceful. Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, I think, if you have something to offer people, especially in small business and in different avenues, if you have something to offer, like there's probably somebody who has something you want, and you can trade those things and no money needs to change hands. We can serve each other really well just as a community that way. And, one of those things was I ended up with a sauna from a really good friend of mine who needed some plumbing work. And I was like, absolutely, this will work.
Let's do it.
So let's make it happen.
So to that point, talk a little bit. I mean, you wear a lot of hats. And you get energy from that.
Yeah.
So I want you to talk a little bit about Young Life, just from the standpoint that was a big part of your life. Still is. I mean, you still support them, obviously.
Yeah.
Jay Collins Center over there is doing a great job.
Killer dude.
You handed it off to a great guy. I mean, no doubt about that. Talk a little bit about Young Life for maybe some of those people that don't know a whole lot about it and what you did there, how that got you started, and then I can talk about the why.
So Young Life was really the thing that kind of got it all kicked off for me. I was 10 years ago. I was a plumber working for a contractor, excavating contractor around here. Did directional drilling and plumbing and all that stuff, which is really fun. Hard work, long hours, lots of travel, all that stuff. And I don't know, like I'm a person of faith, so like God opened some doors for me to see the pathway and the difference between a life of financial success. Just something that I always chase because that's what, you're taught is like, make more money, like you'll be more successful, you'll feel better. Yeah. There's a tipping point in that where if you make over, I think statistically, and I wasn't ever close to that, it's like $75,000 a year. If you make over that, there's no correlation to increased happiness beyond that.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I don't remember where that's at. I've read it in several books or who did the study, but that's the tipping point. And I wasn't close to that, like working construction. It's just a different, thing. But, there is that correlation that a certain amount of money, you won't be any happier. So then it's like, what am I really working for?
Yeah.
And for me, it was like that switch of the life of success financially to a life of significance, a life of impact, that life that does allow us to live forever, because it is then about the people you impact. And for me, like I just made a decision somewhere along the line of like, I want every person that I interact with to leave that better. I want to just be encouraging to people. I want to inspire people to hope on the largest scale possible. I had a friend tell me one time, like, that's not real. Like, people like you don't exist. That's not a real thing. Like, you have to want something. And it was that switch for me. Like, I just want to do that. I want everybody around me to be better. And another friend told me, like, you're going to have to choose between money and that at some point. And I made that call. I turned down a lot of money to jump into a career in nonprofit in Young Life. And through that, I got to see God work in just crazy ways and open doors in my life that never should have been open, Riley. Like, my life does not make sense. You don't go from a plumber to a CEO with like no college degree, no real pathway to a life of significance, to getting to do what I do now. Doesn't make sense outside of the movement of God, just in a ridiculous way.
Yeah.
And it's such a cool thing to know, like 10 years ago, like I'm not kidding you, like I was in ditches in, running phone lines and fiber in Southern Illinois, to get to sit here with you and talk about like impact and community and life and family and business and all that.
Yeah.
It's nuts. And, Young Life was the thing that opened all of those doors for me because I got to increase my education. I got my master's and bachelor's degree in inverse order, which is a lot longer story, to where I'm working on my thesis for my doctorate. Right?
I saw that. Yeah.
So, it's all of these things that Young Life opened the doors, for me, for that, to see that there was a life far beyond what I'd ever told myself was possible for me.
Yeah.
And, because of that, I get to live a life, my family gets to live a life that we can't even imagine now.
Right. One of my favorite sayings is little hinges swing big doors. Yeah. And I have this little thing in my head, like 1% better every day. That's a target of mine. Now, I don't always get that, but I aim for it every day, whether that's with my marriage or my faith, business, my relationships here in the clinic I'm at, or my business relationships. And I've failed. I fail every day. But man, the journey that you've had, like I say, from a plumber to Young Life, and I want to go into your newest in your current position.
Yeah.
When did you become CEO of the Y here in town?
November.
So we are going on, I can't do math very quickly.
8 months.
8 months. Thank you. So talk to me about that. And you guys have some big, you guys have some big things. Maybe this will simplify it. What drew you to that position?
Yeah. So I am a strategist and a builder. My mind is always 5 and 10, 15 years down the road.
Okay.
Like I want to figure out how things are possible. And like there was a point like at Young Life where it was, like it was built.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, again, forward thinking. So it's like 5, 10, 15 years down the road, is this going to be something that, is going to continue to challenge me, to grow me, to build me into, the person I know God's growing me into? Or is this built? We hit that point in Young Life a couple of years ago where it's like, okay, what does taking on a bigger role that's more challenging look like for me? And there were avenues and opportunities, but it wasn't anything that was like flipping that switch. It's like, this is the next thing. And I ended up getting a phone call. The interim CEO at the Y was actually my banker. So he called me like a year ago, and we were just chance conversation. I think he was kind of feeling me out to see if I'd be interested in it. And we just talked through strategy. Hey, what do you think the Y should do? All this. And, in hindsight, like, I can see what he was getting at. And then the position came open, and I went for it. Never thought I would ever leave Young Life. Like, I really didn't. But the opportunity for impact, again, in this role was so great that it was something that there was no way I could walk away from.
Sure.
And I'm pretty open-handed and stuff. Like, I don't chase anything. So, like, me putting in my application was about as far as I was going to go with it. Okay, here you go. Here's my resume, cover letter, all that stuff. Take it or leave it. Like, my resume looks crazy because I wear a lot of hats. I do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Which is always interesting to sit in that room with people who are doing
Good
interviews.
stories, though.
It is. It's great stories, but it's like, dude, there's no way this is real. And I'm like, that's fine. Come hang out with me for a day. Like, I will show you what real is. You're welcome to join me at the gym at 5 a.m. and run through my schedule with me. Yeah, it's intense, but for me, it gives me such life and such energy.
Yeah.
So seeing the opportunity that was at the Y, and just kind of that cornerstone of our community. I mean, it's been here since 1853.
I didn't know that. Like,
yeah, that's a minute. It's one of the oldest organizations in our community. Everybody has a Y story. I mean, my oldest daughter learned to swim in that pool there before it was dry. So we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But like, we all have those stories. I coached all of my girls playing basketball there. Like, we have those stories, and I'm not even from here. Like I said, I didn't want to live here, and I still have Y stories.
Yeah.
We all have those. And to know that this is such a historic organization that is at a tipping point, and that the opportunity was presented to me to have like a part in that, super humbling. Like, holy crap. Like, I get to have a part in this. Okay. Now what? Like, how do we make this go? How do we make this work? And then my brain starts turning before I'm ever in an interview. It's like, all right, cool. How does this work? How do we accomplish this? What does this look like? And we start just checking boxes along the way of like, this is how I'm going to make, or how I hope this goes. And these are the people I need to talk to. And these are all the relationships that I need to build. And I start thinking, and that's where it's like 5, 10, 15 years down the road. Like, this is where we're going to end up.
Yeah.
And then I get to an interview, and it's like, hey, how you thought about this? Like, yep, here we go. It's like, I'm learning it's very few people who think that way, who are strategic, but also like not agenda, pretty open-handed. So like, if the plan doesn't go according to plan, like, I'm pretty cool with that.
It's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's learn. I don't believe in failure. Like, it's just, everything's a down payment on learning. And like, okay, I learned that didn't work.
Yeah.
One of my favorite stories of all time is, you ever heard of like Thomas Edison and his, the fire at his lab?
I'm not sure that I have.
So his whole laboratory in New Jersey caught on fire.
Okay.
And Thomas Edison, great inventor, right?
Yeah.
So
I've heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah. So whole thing's on fire. He's standing outside with his son, like, watching the whole thing burn up. And if it's me or you watching everything we've built in our life, we're going to be losing our mind.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah.
His response to his kid was, go get your mom. You're never going to see a fire like this again. Like, that mindset of like,
That's
hang on,
cool.
like, this is going to be cool.
It's going to be cool.
Like, that mindset around stuff. It's like, okay, there isn't failure.
Yeah.
And there's a quote from him later on. It's like, I just lost a lot of junk. Just thinned out. All the good ideas he still had in his head, he was still going to make it happen. And I think that's become like my mentality and things. Like, how do we make it happen?
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe, we can never do that. No, you can't do it yet because you haven't learned what you need to get there.
Right.
So how do we make things happen? So for me, like at the Y, it's like, how do we make the things that we know need to happen to benefit this community? How do we make them possible? And then we start strategizing.
What are some of the biggest things that you see the Quincy community needs that the Y can help with?
Yeah, I mean, culture.
Okay.
Beyond Quincy, I think we need a support system for families just to be families again.
Yeah.
I think the largest problem that we see in youth, and this is another hat that I get to wear on the school board, is like the largest like negative detractor we see, or however I want to phrase that, the negative impactor of families is the just deterioration of the family unit. We don't have things that invest in families. And I know like we're in the middle of a campaign to build a traveling sports facility here and all that stuff that the city's looking at. And I think traveling sports are the death of the family.
Wow.
Like you sit here and you see families that, one parent goes, one parent is at home with the other kids or traveling for work or whatever the situation.
This kid's got a game here, this kid's got a game there.
You can't manage it.
Yeah.
You got families who are going out and then drinking by the pool with other spouses and hanging out. And I think it's just a hotbed for destruction of a family.
Stuff, right.
So what we can do and what we are focusing on doing at the Y is whole family wellness. It is that invitation that we offer through membership to be a part of something bigger, to where we do invest in we invest in our coaches. So we invest in the adults, we invest in the kids. It's physical, mental, physical, emotional, family, and spiritual health. Wellness in all 5 of those pillars is really what we're doing to engage our community. Like if you want a gym membership, like we have tons of great gyms here in town.
Yeah.
Like we really do. But if you want family wellness, like real, like family wellness that's faith centric, because the C in YMCA is Christ, it's Christian.
Right.
Like those are the values that we live out. It's not like we're not preaching Jesus and shoving him down your throat, but like that's why we do what we do.
Yeah.
And we hope that every kid, every family, every individual in our community can find value in what we offer somewhere.
You've said that to me, but in different words before. So it's actually kind of cool to hear it.
What did I say before?
I have no idea. I just know it wasn't that.
Okay.
And you said that you wanted to bring more of the family dynamic back. I knew that, and that was for sure an accurate component. However, what I didn't realize, I've never heard you talk about traveling sports the way that you just did.
Yeah,
and
we did it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one, it's expensive, but I think anything that we do that separates family.
Yeah, not good.
No, it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
And, like I said, we did the traveling sports. It was super hard because I was home with 2 of our kids, or I was with, our oldest playing travel softball, which is fine. But it's like, man, this is really, really hard.
Yeah.
And family is hard enough as it is when you start adding things like that into it.
Yeah.
Now, do I think kids should play sports? Absolutely. And if it works for you, go for it. But,
yeah,
for us and for what I have seen, in my experience, like I think anything that separates families, that forces them into situations like that is a negative thing. So like I would love to see, sports and stuff done more on a local level. And if that means a facility here, cool. If we can make that happen, then that's awesome.
Yeah.
But, I do also have pretty killer organizations that do a really good job on their own as well.
Use maybe some of the existing resources that we already have. Not that the new thing can't be great, because I think it could.
Yeah,
for sure with you. But let's look at what we have first and go from there. I like that. It is not easy when you've got a big organization. You got a lot of people. You touched on. You told me, share the number again. How many traffic? What was the touches you had with people coming in?
I know we had over 5,000 check-ins last month. I think it was much closer to 6,000.
Yeah.
So that's people scanning in at the front desk coming in. So it's not individual people, but it's that's still that many people checked in.
Right.
To use the facility at the Y. It's a huge number.
It's a lot of members to be in tune with.
Yeah.
A lot of, you have your board. You've got different people that trying to make happy, in different aspects.
For sure.
And tough decisions had to be made prior to you coming on board after Y. And I'm just going to say it, the pool.
Yeah.
That was a big blow to a lot of people. We had patients in here that weren't happy about that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And like, where am I going to go? And that was they were legitimately concerned. Where am I going to go to continue to move and stay healthy and do all those things?
Right.
And I know you're excited because I think some things are going to be shared here pretty quick. But talk about that, some targets that are coming up, some things that you're excited about.
Yeah. So we've got a lot of just fantastic things going on at the Y. And you're right. Like there were tough decisions that had to be made before I got there.
Right.
In any organization, you're going to have decisions that are absolutely impossible. Did the board and the executive leadership at the time make the right call to close the pool? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And they did that knowing and not knowing the impact that it was going to have to one membership, but to the community. Mm-hmm. The cool thing about that is that it kind of cleared the slate and let new leadership come in. It created an opportunity for me to come in, on the heels of a really tough decision with an interim CEO, some, incredible board members many of whom are still there, but it cleared the slate to where we could come in with a new vision, and really new leadership. And we're fortunate, like we've been able to hire some absolute monsters for our team. We do, we brought on a new wellness director, a new youth and family director, a new sports director. We've moved some other staff around. We've got just absolutely a killer team. Several of them have been there for a long, long time and have seen the Y through, have taken some some phone calls that, they probably would rather have not taken because of the decisions that did have to be made. So what this has allowed us to do now is, one, solidify a team that is committed to the long-term vision of the why. I only ask one question in interviews, and then HR runs the rest of the interview. And it's the first question. It's like, do you have a plan to be here in 5 years? If the answer is yes, then we continue with the interview. The answer is no, like, I don't know what I want to do in 5 years. Like, cool. Thanks for coming, because this is the commitment level that we need. In organizations, specifically nonprofits, you have to be committed to 5, 10, 15 years
Sure.
to have that impact.
It
takes 7 to 8 years to build the relationships in communities. That's statistically, it's part of what I've learned through like the educational piece that I've done, is you have to have that level of commitment, and you have to have that level of consistency for people to really trust you.
Yeah.
Fortunately for me, the work that I did in Young Life, nonprofit work here, and just what I've been able to do in our community has largely transferred. So that's been really fun to see. I thought it would take longer to have that trust in the community again, but a lot of it's come with the position, and that's really cool. So it's allowed us to do some fantastic things. We've got some physical changes you're going to see to the building. We're adding a new workout area down below the pool area. I'm going to work my way to the pool conversation. Okay. We're getting there. We got that coming, some remodeling to the bathrooms downstairs, which if you're a Y member, you know how like just bad those have been for a while. It's getting fixed. Construction there is going to start on the 21st. We've added CrossFit programming.
July
21st, contractor will be there. I got the text yesterday.
Okay.
So we've got a CrossFit program, and we retrofitted one of the racquetball courts into a CrossFit space, which is phenomenal. If you're a Y member and haven't checked that out, walk down the hallway, say hey to Gary, and then duck in there and check that out with Jason running classes. It's where the loud music's at. It's awesome. Yeah, we've done that. We've got a new sign coming in later this month as well, because if you drive down Main Street, that's the most disappointing thing you could possibly see. It's rough. I think it's the original sign from 1853, in all honesty. If anybody wants to make a donation, you could put that up at your house and just have it in memoriam. We've got a new digital sign coming. We've done all of this through grant funding, because we've been able to do that with the help of a grant writer that we brought in as well. To the pool conversation, by the time this goes out, it'll be public knowledge. So we are launching a campaign to reopen the pool. It's a $5 million campaign, and we believe that what we have in place is a plan to make the pool sustainable. If you know me, Riley, I know you do. I don't build things that are going to be flash in the pan stuff. Like, I want things that are going to be sustainable long after I'm gone. That's the significance mindset. Yeah. That's legacy. So what we're doing is launching this campaign to redo the pool, redo the locker rooms. I want to add a hot tub, cold tub, co-ed sauna. So we've got 2 killer saunas right now, but they're in men's and women's locker rooms. So like spouses can't get in there. Yeah. And we've listened to what our members have said. And bigger than that, we've listened to what the community has said. Like, we need a pool that is year round, that is a spot where youth and families can come. Like, we serve a really, really diverse demographic of kids. I had somebody tell me that the Y is one of the last places of just real organic diversity, because it's the Y. It's priced at a point where anybody can be a member. Yeah. And we encourage that. Like, we want anybody just to come there and feel welcome. So we need that spot that is the pool that's going to be year round, that's going to be there, in perpetuity. I had it for a long time. It was there for 50 plus years before, issues. And a lot of it was just deferred maintenance, that there wasn't a plan. And that happens in times of transition when you have, staff who are just in and out and in and out and in and out. Like, things get dropped, and that's okay. But at some point you have to address those. And that was the hard conversation that our board had, and then had to make the call of like, we can't do anything with this safely until we address these issues. So we're going to press pause and close it until we get leadership in here who has a strategic vision to go forward, and then they can decide what they're going to do with this space.
Next step is,
The biggest thing for me in listening to our community, and the board and staff are all on board with this as well, and 100% support. There were no one had anything, there were no votes when we presented this. It was
that's important.
We need to do this. And it was 100% board buy-in, 100% staff buy-in, that we're launching this campaign to raise the cash to do it. Cool thing is, we've already got over $1 million raised. So we're over at
20% off.
We've done this quietly over the last 8 months. So we're going public with it now to raise the rest, hopefully raise the rest of the support. And as quick as we can raise the money, that's that much faster water gets in the pool. So you're going to start seeing, we're putting a new roof on it, addressing the columns that are open and ugly right now, because we had to open those up to do a structural analysis to make sure everything's safe. I don't do anything halfway. It's going to be done top notch. And it's going to be the pool that our community deserves, and it's going to be there long term. So part of the fundraising plan is an endowment that funds the pool, the maintenance on it. So we're not trying to eat millions of dollars at once to do HVAC and pumps and a roof. It's gonna be a well thought out maintenance plan, not just at the pool, but with all of it. But for this conversation, we'll talk pool.
Yeah.
That does allow us to do a tiered approach to maintenance to where we're not eating massive amounts of money in one shot. And we'll have an endowment for the pool specifically for aquatics that allows us to do that.
It's a significant undertaking.
Yeah.
I'm going to give my dad a plug for a quick second. Nothing worthwhile is easy.
No.
And, it wouldn't be impactful, quite frankly, if it was. As we wrap up here, I want people to know how to get a hold of you, how to find you. Give yourself a plug there. How can they get a hold of Curtis?
Yes. So my email at the Y is curtis.s@quincyymca.net. I would love to hear public. I'm not just saying that. Like you have a complaint about the Y, you have an idea for the Y. Like I do want to hear it, and I will respond to you. I absolutely mean that. You can also call the front desk at the Y and leave me a voicemail. They'll transfer you right back to my office. But I do want to hear. Our front desk has actually got a stack of my business cards. If members say something there, to hand those out to members so they can contact me directly.
Yeah,
we are listening. I am listening, and I think that's one of the most. It's one of the best postures, and really, it's the only posture that we can have as we serve a community.
Right.
When we are doing what we do and what we intend to do with youth and family, and really focus on youth and family, just holistic community wellness in all of those 5 pillars I talked about, then that's what we want to be able to offer, and we have to listen.
Yeah.
And we're doing that, and that's a pretty fun place to be. And it is hard. I've got a friend who says, like, once you realize it's hard, it's easy.
Yeah.
And he's right.
It's true.
It's easy. It's hard. And that's what makes it worthwhile. That's what makes things significant. If
the process,
if it was easy and there was no struggle to it, then anyone would be great.
Right.
Anyone would do stuff that's historic. And, for us looking at the pool and really where the Y's at, this is a spot, it's a generational change. This is a spot, potentially where everything changes, not just for the Y, but for this community.
Yeah.
And we're going to make that happen, and we're going to do it together. And that's a pretty cool thing too. I went through all 800 plus comments when the pool closed. Like, I'm not kidding. Every single comment on every single post that went out on media. That's the fun thing about social media. You can go back and search all this stuff.
Look at it. Yeah.
So I did. I read every comment, and I saw the hurt. I saw the anger. I saw the frustration from a public that thinks so deeply of the YMCA and the impact that it's had in our community that they were absolutely distraught that it closed.
Right.
Okay.
We got to do this.
We listen. We have to do this.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Yeah. Let's figure it out.
That pumps me up to, like, some people, it may freak them out and be like, oh my gosh, $5 million. I'm like, okay, when we do that, what's next?
Yeah.
Because we are going to do this. Mm-hmm. And then what else does our community need after we get this pool back?
Yeah.
And when we get to that next question, I got my ideas where it's going to go. Like, I'm already building it because it's 5-10 years down the road.
Right.
When we get there, we'll address that too. And we'll do it together as a community.
Awesome. Curtis, I appreciate you, man.
Same.
Thanks for coming on board.
Yeah.
Next time when you're back, I've got a couple things that I'm going to...
I don't think we got to any of your questions.
MJ or LeBron? Which one?
Oh,
Jordan.
That's not even a real question.
Okay. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Lucky Charms.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay. Ford, Chevy.
Ooh, but I drive a Toyota, so.
Okay. Deadlift or squats?
Oh, man. That's the hardest question.
That's the hardest one.
Deadlift. It's the most all-encompassing.
Thank you, sir.
Very welcome.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.